The origin story of NBA's sky hook shot. A hook shot in basketball is a move where the offensive player softly throws the ball with an arm sweep farther from the hoop in an upward arc with a follow-through that ends over at his head. This position is typically perpendicular to the basket. It is fired with just one hand, unlike the jump shot, and the other arm is frequently utilized to put distance between the shooter and the defending player. Few players have perfected the shot beyond a few feet from the hoop, even though it is fairly challenging to block. According to legend, Pranas Talsnas, a player for the eventual champions, the Lithuania basketball team, invented the hook shot during the 1937 Eurobasket. He purportedly did it in one of the tournament's official games. Goose Tatum, a former member of the Harlem Globetrotters, is frequently credited with creating the hook shot. He even made them without looking at the hoop. Later, many players in the National Basketball Association, or NBA, including well-known stars like George Mikan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Vlade Divac, Wilt Chamberlain, and Yao Ming, adopted the hook shot as a standard move. Before slam dunks became more common in FIBA games, hook shots were a preferred ability for centers, largely because of how challenging it was to block such attempts. Skyhook. George Mikan, a member of the NBA's Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, and Jerry Lucas, a player for Ohio State 15 years later, both created a lethal hook shot, while competing for DePaul University in the middle of the 1940s. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the all-time leading scorer in the National Basketball Association, made the hook shot his signature move, since he was skilled at making it from a much farther distance than most players. The term skyhook was created during Abdul-Time Jabbers with the Milwaukee Bucks by the team's radio announcer Eddie Doucette, who thought that hook was so high that it was coming out of the sky, due to the long distance, and resulting higher arc on the shot. Only a select few players, including Wilt Chamberlain and Manute Bol, were capable of blocking the skyhook, which was rarely successful. During the 1987 NBA Finals, Magic Johnson employed a similar shooting move that he referred to as his Beatty hook in honor of teammate Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The picture depicted Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's shoulders tilting to the left as he threw a hook shot against a background of a cloud street sky on the poster that hung above my bedroom dresser. In hindsight, I can see that there are pictures of athletes on my wall performing things that make them unique. Magic Johnson grinning. James Worthy flying for a dunk while holding the ball straight above his head like the torch of the Statue of Liberty, and Michael Jordan in the first Air Jordan poster, caught mid-flight with his arms and legs spread wide in a pose that would later become the logo worn on millions of high-top sneakers. Kareem employing a skyhook. The best of the best don't merely have a particular look. They have a signature, an imprint that serves as a permanent reminder of who they are. It might be a piece of apparel, like Tiger Woods' red Sunday shirt or Abraham Lincoln's stovepipe cap. It might be a well-known instrument like Lucille B.B. King's guitar. It only takes one word, like Marv Albert's yes. It takes repeated practice, lonely repetition, and public performance for something so straightforward to become so special. That rhythmic skyhook has been in my thoughts, so frequently that it's seared in like an image that was left on a computer screen for too long. His right knee lifts, his left arm stretches, his right arm rises with the ball, and his left arm flicks to provide backspin, the seams revolving as the ball curves to the hoop and drops through the net. His left leg is straight. Abdul-Jabbar did not invent the skyhook. But sometimes doing something imperfectly is preferable to doing it at all. Although Liza Minnelli sang New York, New York originally, Yankees and Knicks games often feature Frank Sinatra's rendition. In basketball, where talent ultimately takes precedence over all other factors, appropriators more often than inventors are the ones who succeed. Dean Barry is probably a name you have never heard of. He played just 50 minutes as a reserve guard for the Georgetown Hoyas in the 1995-96 campaign. But during workouts, he showed Allen Iverson how to perform the crossover dribble, which Iverson exploited to great effect in the NBA. Cliff Hagan and George Mikan are to be credited for Abdul-Jabbar's shot's inception. The first dominant big man in the NBA was Mikan, a Minneapolis Laker, but Abdul-Jabbar had no recollections of watching him play. But he did use the technique that bears his name, which involves shooting a hook shot with the right hand, then a hook with the left hand, and repeating while slowly advancing away from the basket. When Hagan played for the St. Louis Hawks, Abdul-Jabbar witnessed him use the hook shot, serving as a reminder that it could be used efficiently at all levels of the game. The biggest motivation for Abdul-Jabbar to continue homing his hook shot came when he began playing in the 5th grade, and frequently found himself up against older, taller, and more physically advanced opponents. According to Abdul-Jabbar, that was the only shot I could shoot that didn't get blasted back in my face. As a result, I developed a reliance on it at a young age, and it was always something I could exit from, even in traffic. He increased his shooting range while he trained in the gyms and playgrounds of New York City. When Abdul-Jabbar played at UCLA, the NCAA outlawed the dunk, so he used the hook to set scoring records and win 88 of his 90 varsity games. During Abdul-Jabbar's professional years with the Milwaukee Bucks announcer Eddie Doucette gave the shot its heavenly name. It stuck as Abdul-Jabbar transferred to Los Angeles and continued to rely on the hook shot as his primary weapon for his assault on Wilt Chamberlain's all-time NBA scoring record. Magic Johnson would simply hold up a fist to signal that it was time to send the ball to Kareem whenever the Showtime Lakers couldn't get out on the fast break. Looking back, it wasn't fair to switch from one of the best fast breaks the NBA has ever seen to a backup plan that involved the most potent shot in the league's history. It was similar to throwing an uppercut after Larry Holmes' jab. Jump hook. The jump hook has gained popularity as a form of hook shot due to the increased physical character of low-post basketball, and it has been used by numerous players, including centers Shaquille O'Neal and Dwight Howard. Instead of going a few steps and then leaping off with one foot, the player leaps off with both feet. Although the shot will not be fired from as high in the air, the jump hook offers better balance and a quicker release. It is an essential shot that every center should have, according to Hakeem Olajuwon, because it is incredibly challenging to block. That's all for today's origin story video, guys. Tell us your thoughts in the comment section. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Let us know what origin story you'd like to learn about next in the comments. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. See you in the next video. Until then, best wishes. Thanks for watching.